being at a bank, they're very conservative, they're very slow. They've just heard about Bitcoin this year, but they do want to be involved, and they've got a lot of capital, and it's really important that we bring them into this space. It's amazing that 10 guys and a dog in Tel Aviv or 15 girls and a cat in St. Petersburg can put a decentralized exchange online and test it in a way that on Wall Street, that would be one of 10 banks. We'd have 20,000 employees, a balance sheet aligned to the Fed, and we didn't have to innovate because we were already making tons of money. And so now you see this space, and it's just incredibly to be a part of it. And I love the vibe. I love the vibe of the people like you and just everybody here who's just super positive. And I also think, like one of my guests told me yesterday on the show, it could actually save humanity. So that's a whole other story. But
no, but it's a really good point. By the way, I feel your energies and the vibrations are so positive. It's amazing. But like you said, the freedom of speech. You know, the other day I walked into somebody and said, "What is Bitcoin to you?" I asked the person, "What is Bitcoin to you?" And she looked at me and she says, she didn't mention electronic cash or digital money or internet of money or the intersection of gold or virtual, like, you know, all these definitions that we see out there. She said, "To me, it's freedom of speech." Just like you said, is that a bit too far-fetched, or
no,
can you kind of see that point?
You know, the deeper I go into the space, the more I realize that it's not technology. I actually had the CEO of Polygon, Sandeep Nawal, he said, "Brian, this isn't technology, this is a paradigm shift." He said, "We used to have kings and queens right here in Europe a few hundred years ago tell us what to do, right? Nowadays we have governments and banks that are, you know, custodians for our wealth and our future and even our children's education. We've never actually been able to own our identity, own our information, and go peer-to-peer and exchange value, whether you're an artist or a broadcaster or just to give you value without that third party involved." And it represents a whole new version of humanity. And yes, there is a freedom of speech issue there. There's a censorship issue. And just, you know, that peer-to-peer value transfer without a Facebook or an Amazon or an Apple taking out a third of the transaction or an Airbnb. They were great for Web 2.0, but now it's Web 3.0, and it's empowering. And I had a guest, Jeff Booth, on the show 2 days ago, and he said, "Brian, Bitcoin could save humanity." And he's a mild-mannered Canadian guy. He doesn't make these big statements, but he thinks it'll make us more accountable, more transparent, creating this system that makes us better humans. So it's something to think about. There's something big happening here, and it's not just about making some profits on a token trade. There's a bigger picture thing happening, and I think we all feel it, you know, with the energy.